Okay, to use the Marvel app, you first need to sign up and register for an account. If you do not have an account already, you just have to provide your full name, email address, and password of minimum 6 characters, which I already have an account, so I'm going to sign in directly with my email address that I've registered with Marvel app. Okay. Alternatively, you could log in with your Dropbox account or Google Drive account as well, because Marvelapp has the ability to link and associate the account with the Dropbox, and it is able to access the files in your Dropbox account directly. Okay, so right now I'm just going to log in. Okay, as you can see, I already got 2 projects here. You should have nothing, and it should be prompting you to create a project. So I'm going to create a demonstration. So I'm just going to click on the create project button that's very prominent on the top right hand corner. Okay, so I'm going to just put in say a podcast app. Okay, specify the device that you want to that you intend to test your prototype on. Okay, so upon creation of the project, you have a few options to upload the images. You can use a sketch, or you can link the account to a Dropbox, like I mentioned earlier, and Marvelapp is able to access all the files from your Dropbox. Marvelapp is able to read even your Photoshop files, and of course all the major images formats in PNG, JPEG, or GIFs. Okay, so to begin with, I've already got a set of images prepared. Like I said, you can actually upload from 2 other means. I'm going to just upload directly from my computer. Okay, so I have these 4 files prepared. I'm just going to open up all these 4 files. Okay, so once they are loaded, means once you can see a preview of your screens, it means that your images have been successfully uploaded. The Splash.jpg is the file that, or rather the screen that I'm going to display as the first page in my prototype. So I'm just going to drag and drop the splash screen to the first of the sequence. Okay, so I'm going to begin with editing the Splash JPEG. The splash screen is going to serve as a loading screen for my app. So I'm going to simulate with a timer. So this will determine how long it takes to hold the users in this screen before it automatically navigates to another screen. So upon 3 seconds is up, okay, so users will be redirected to my screen 1. So in fact, you can test out the timer by clicking on the preview button. Voila. Okay, so it works as if it's a loading screen, a real splash screen. Okay, so now I'm going to proceed to my page 2 to determine the hotspots and the interaction elements. If this screen is too small for comfort, this resolution is too small for you to work on, you can actually click on the plus and the zoom function that's provided on the top right hand corner here. Okay, so I'm just going to click, drag and drop, drag and hold my mouse click and pull over the tab tool tab. And what this does is it will define the hotspot that users are able to click or tap on, and you can determine what kind of action it does. So by tapping on the tab tool, users are able to go to the screen2.jpg. Okay, and this tab tool is seen on not only on screen 1, but it's also available on screen 3 for users to tap on. So I can actually duplicate this hotspot to my screen 3. Okay, so I do not have to go to each and every screen to create the hotspot separately. Conform with 2 screens, so I'm just going to preview 2. Okay, so if I'm at page 3, I'm also able to tap on tab 2. Okay, so now I'm going to create all the hotspots for all the tabs. Okay, so I'm gonna create a second tab, a second hotspot for tab 3. Okay, can adjust a bit of its location. So by tapping on the tab 3, users are able to navigate to screen 3. Okay, and this tab 3 exists on the screen 2 as well. So I'm going to duplicate it to my screen 2. Sorry, screen 3. Screen 2. So screen 2 has a tab 2 hotspot as well. Screen 2 has a tab 3 hotspot as well. Confirm on 2 screens. So I've got tab 2 and tab 3 defined. I'm going to go into my second screen. I'm going to define the hotspot here for tab 1. Okay, and tab 1 goes to screen 1, and you are able to access tab 1 on screen 3 as well. Confirm on 2 screens. Okay, so you have a simple prototype done. Let's preview it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now the hotspots work. So we have got a small issue here, which is the elongated content that is overflowing from the device screen size. And the header here is supposed to work as a fixed header, so when you scroll vertically, the content is supposed to move at the dynamic display area, which the fixed area is not supposed to move. So you can actually define the fixed header area in the editing mode. So I'm just going to go back to my screen 1. I can actually pull down the fixed header. So I'm just going to pull it to the bottom of my tab bars. And similarly, this happens on screen 4 as well. Which is your screen 3, which is my screen 3.jpg. I'm just going to pull the header down to the bottom of the tab bar. Okay, I'm going to go back and preview this again. So this should be your almost complete prototype app. So on screen 1, after the splash screen, okay, now I'm able to navigate my content area without my header, fixed header that's moving around. So I'm going to go to tab 2. There's no problem here because the content is well contained within the resolution. In tab 3, I have a similar issue, and now the fixed header is fixed to the top. Alternatively, if you have a elongated footer, if you have a footer that is meant to be stuck to the bottom of the screen, you can also similarly define the fixed footer. But in my case, I do not have a fixed footer, so I do not have to perform this step. Okay, so next what I'm going to show you is you can actually input gesture-based interaction in Marvelapp as well. So what I can do is, for instance, okay, in my content here, users are able to swipe to move to the next tab, for instance. So I can actually define the action. Okay, first I must define where's the navigation, where is the users being directed to. So upon swiping left, I can actually move to tab 2, and I can actually define the interaction required from the user, which is to swipe left to move to a tab 2, and the transition should be a push left. Okay, so once I've done this, okay, let me move it to further right, do a quick preview again. I can actually swipe to transit into another tab. So for Marvelapp, there's this avenue for you to create gesture-based interactions. So there are a few interactions that are provided to you. You can even do a pinch out, or a double tap. Okay, so these are the available interactions, gestures available to you as a designer to test out the different expected interactions on your prototype as well. Okay, so this is a quick demonstration, and I hope you have enjoyed this demonstration. Have fun creating your own prototype app using Marvelapp. See you.